So today on this video, I wanted to see if I can change your mind when it comes to search. I want you to think about going to Perplexity AI. So there are different types of AI that are coming up, but there's not one that can necessarily do everything. And for that, we have different types of AI. So for example, we have Perplexity AI, which is really good when it comes to search. OpenAI is working on their own search GPT, which I'm sure is going to come out soon. But what I've come to see is that when it comes to searching things on Google, Perplexity AI is really good compared to really any other search engine that you have right now. So Perplexity AI is really easy. It's just perplexity.ai. And then when you come to that, the interface is quite easy to navigate. This is a logo, and you click on it, it's going to come and take you to like a new chart. And then the new thread, there's just another chart as well. And then this is the home button, we have discover button, and then we have the library. So the discover button is where we have like news that have been happening, and you can tailor that to whichever category you want, whether it's tech, science, finance. In the libraries part, we have your collections, which is going to be on your right hand side here. Let me just, yeah, so these are your collections, and then these are the threads. These are the things that you have been researching before. So I just wanted to go through a couple of points why I think you should shift. There are actually four. So the first one will be when you Google something. So for example, we are going to Google what are the results of the 2024 Olympic Games. And you can see that the results that we're going to get with with Perplexity AI are way better compared to those that we're going to get on Google. So on the left-hand side, we have Perplexity. So that's what are the results for the 2024 Olympics. And then on the right-hand side, we have Google. So we're just going to click that and then click that. So now that I've searched for both, you can see on the left-hand side, we have the results from Perplexity. Let me just bring it a bit bigger. This is what we get with Perplexity. The Olympics, we have the sources, and then this is like a summary. So we have, for example, we have the rank according to country. We have number one, which is United States, with 40 gold medals, and then 44 silver, and then bronze 42, and then total is 126. So it has listed most of the countries that partook in the Olympic Games, and then the number of medals that they each got. And then, as you can see, also we have the medal standings, top countries by medals, notable race events, athletes, archery, fencing. So these are just things that happen in the Olympics that you might want to know. And after that, we have upcoming events. So that's like what we get with Perplexity. I'm just going to put it here on the side. And then on the right-hand side is where I have the results from Google. And Google has done a really good job with this particular question, to be honest. As you can see, we have, again, a good summary right there. Even the dates, you can even choose the date, which is cool. And then all the teams, all the sports, and you can pick and choose even the genders. So that's good. So for example, these are the teams that participated. You can see show medals. So this one doesn't give you all of them, but you get a brief summary. Athletes, there we are. And then the full schedule. So this is good. And then after that, now you have links to other things as well. So this is like the summary that you get with Google, and that's the summary that you get with Perplexity. I still lean a bit more on Perplexity. I feel like it is user-friendly. The UI interface is way better compared to the one that's in Google. You get the sources at the top. With Google, we don't get that. I don't know where most of this information has been gotten from. That's the only thing I have an issue with. But with Perplexity, it gives you every single place where you got that information from, and this is it. If there is one that you don't like, you can click on it and then remove it here at the bottom, remove source, and then it's going to regenerate another script for you based on now the available sources that you believe are credible. The second thing is high quality sources and clear citations. When it comes to Perplexity, I'm going to search for who really invented the telephone. So you're going to have that as a question. It comes to here. I'm just going to click on new thread, who really invented the telephone, search that, come to Google new search, there we are. So on the left hand side is where we have Perplexity, and then on the right hand side is where we have Google. So when it comes to Perplexity, there's a very concise answer into who invented the telephone, and then in conclusion, it gives a concise summary on who did it and who also contributed to it. And again, with Perplexity, you can search for images there, and then you can search for videos as well. And then for the pro version, you can generate your own image. So when it comes to Google, you kind of have to dig deeper. You don't get the answer straight away, waste of time. And then the other thing that I really dislike about it, it only gives you like a source. So you'll have to go source by source. It only gives you like to see which one is going to be best when it comes to summarization. So in summarization, I'm just going to come here, click on new thread. And then the question for this example is going to be explain how vaccines work. So let's paste that. And then Google, same thing, click, and side by side you can tell there's still a difference. So when it comes to Perplexity, gives you an entire summary, almost like a blog. There's the answer, mechanism of action of how vaccines work, types of vaccines, community, immunity, safety and efficacy. This one is something that I can quite rely on because it has sourced the information from different places. So when it comes to Perplexity, you get the different sources of information and then it summarizes from all those sources. And again, you can still click on them, and then if there's a site that you don't like, click on it and then remove it. Just click on there and then you can remove that source. And then it's going to give you like another summary. For example, I didn't really trust CBC, so I'll just click on that and then remove source. And there we are. So it creates a new summary based on what you have told it can get a source from. But yeah, so that's Perplexity. When it comes to Google, it fails because you can have to go link by link sourcing the information for yourself, which is hectic. It's not really the point of a search engine. I just want to look for the answer. The second last thing is going to be continuous chat. This is my favorite part when it comes to Perplexity and why I love it. We're going to do this using an example. So let's say that we are planning a trip to Dubai and I'm going to have a list of questions as a person who wants to go to Dubai. So when it comes to Perplexity, I'm just going to click on new thread and then what are the must-see attractions in Dubai? And then when it comes to Google, it's going to click that and then search for that. Okay, so Perplexity, we have again the sources, pictures there if you want them. It even has broken it down into categories for you. So if you want landmarks, if you want to shop, if you want a cultural experience, you want adventure and just leisure, unique attractions. And then I want you to take note that at the end of every sentence per se, there's a link as to where it has gotten information from. So for example, here at 1, 3, and 6, you can see this is where it got that information from. 19 best things to do in Dubai. This is a travel.us.com. So it's going through these different sites and then summarizing that information for you. And then I'll like us to take a look at what Google has done. So Google has given me the top sites. There's still some categories as well. Beaches, outdoor attractions. They are not as well structured when compared to how Perplexity did. For example, I can see the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. Google just gives me images and how many people have liked going there. Let's say you want to follow up that question. So you already know what are the top places to go and see in Dubai. The next question will be, what's the best time of the year to visit Dubai? When it comes to Perplexity, just bring that up. We have little questions here at the bottom, but as much as we have those ones, we can still ask our own follow-up question. I can ask my own, what's the best time to visit in Dubai? So it's going to continue the conversation for you. It gives you the option to write your own follow-up question, which is not necessarily what happens when it comes to Google. So with Google, these are just suggested questions, but there's nowhere I can write my own personalized question. So I'll have to open up a new tab and then go and search for that particular question. So for this one, I'll have to either delete this or open up a new tab. With Perplexity, it gives you all the sites from here, where it has got the information from, the sources, and after that, it gives you an answer, seasonal breakdown even. So we have peak season, shoulder season, off season, and considerations. Let's say again we want to continue asking, how much does it cost a day for tourists? So let me just show you what we can do. We don't even have necessarily to include the word Dubai. How much does an average day cost for tourists? So this is my own personalized question that I'm going to ask Perplexity now. Enter there, and then when it comes to Google, I can't do that. I'll have to open up another tab. How much does an average day in Dubai cost? Is so much work. Okay, cool. Google has opened so many tabs. Okay, with Perplexity, I want to show you the magic. So I didn't really necessarily even have to put the word Dubai, but you can see it knew exactly what I was talking about because it has memory of the previous conversations, of the previous question that I had asked it. So now we have average day cost in Dubai, and that's the daily. It's broken down to accommodation, food, transportation, attractions, and activities, and then the total daily estimate. So combining these estimates, the total daily in Dubai is going to be between $98 to 206 USD. Coming to Google, I had to open up a new tab, which is more work. Google is giving me $30 to $70. I would love to know where this information is from, and one source. And Perplexity, I have multiple sources, so I can at least multiple sources that I can see where that information is from. So for example, if it's Ramadan, it gives you the best place to travel like around Ramadan. And after that, we have the off season. There's also links as to where those are from. It's just a way better search engine, to be honest. Last question. How much is a plane going to cost from Kenya, which is where I'm from? So I'm just going to come here. How much for a plane ticket from Kenya? Remember, I'm still planning for a trip to Dubai. So Perplexity gives me the sources and the answers right there. For Google, I'm going to have to come to a new tab. And then here I'm going to have to say Dubai, to Dubai from Kenya. Okay. Yes, no clear answer when it comes to Google. Oh, there is. Starting from 73,000, and it just gave me one source. So that's from only one source. Another source is saying 79,000. There are different sources. Another one is saying 58. Okay, cool. So different sources giving you different information, and then extra because you had to open up a new tab. Perplexity, on the other hand, I asked the question, how much for a plane ticket from Kenya? It already knew I was talking about from Kenya to Dubai. Varies. Average one-way tickets gives me around $209, $400 round-trip tickets, 400 to 800, which is airlines and flight duration. It even gives me which airline is going to be used and how long the flight is going to be. The fact that you can have continuous conversations and you get to come up with your own follow-up questions, for me, makes Perplexity the best search engine that we have out there so far. And the other thing that is really cool about the way Perplexity works is that if I were planning this trip and then I have friends that I want to share. So this is where my research has gotten me. I can come here and click on this, and then here we have like view access, secret and shareable. Click on that link, it's copied, and then come to, let's say I send it to another friend of mine, can paste the link in his browser or her browser, and then they'll be able to see how my research went. AI. And I hope I've managed to convince you, at least try it out. You don't have to necessarily shift, but I'm using Perplexity AI right now for my search results. I trust it a lot. It's been fine-tuned for that. So try it out. Let me know what you think and paste it in the comments. So see you in the next one. Goodbye.